Shalom, 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 shalom. First and foremost, we give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Yahweh is who he called God of Jehovah. Yahweh means he is, he exists. And Yahweh Shai is who he called Jesus Christ. Yahweh Shai means he says he delivers. And double honor to the apostles and elders, great millstone. And salutations to all the archangels that's wishing the truth on Cutting Raw. Waking leg, third come short is your brother coming out from Jesus Mama Camp. What another lesson going into. All right. World War III is not going to pop off until the RFID chip, the mark of the beast, is implemented. And Slock, y'all don't know what that is, but implemented, forced upon the people. All right? Them nukes are not going to be shut off until they make this Karagma mandatory. Implement this Karagma. So we had the stage, let's get it in Matthew 24, of rumors of war. Are you going to have small wars that lead until the ultimate war, World War III? It's going to happen. Heavenly Father ordained it since the beginning. All right, but we understand that it's not going to happen until the chip is mandated, until the chip is forced upon the people, man. All right? So the prophets have the understanding of the scriptures. So let the prophets teach. All you peons, shut up. So I'm going to go to Matthew 24, and there's a point that I'm going to just go straight to, 6. All right, and you shall hear wars and rumors of war, and that's a war. Iran and 1948ers, all right, the Israelis, the 1948ers. We know that the least of the flock shall draw them out. We know that. Our prophecy that the least of the flock and the least of the flock is the 1948ers. And we'll get that as well. They're going to bring America, all right, to the war, and Russia and China. But the superpowers is Russia and America. All right, see that you be not trouble, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So these things are gonna come to pass, but the end is not yet. The end is not yet, but these things are going to come to pass. All right, so let's read in the NLT. That was the KJV. And you will hear for wars and threats of wars. And that's what we are. We're hearing wars. We're hearing is a hear a threat of war. All right? Hearing that China and Russia is going to intervene for Iran's sake. But do not panic. Yes, these things must come to place, like here, but the end won't follow immediately. So, things have to happen. All right? The dollar have to crash. They have to cause even if it's a cyber attack or an EMP attack, however, Yahweh Shema Shai got to ordain, and it can happen, all those things at once, all right? But the chip has to be manifest. The chip you're going to have to see chipping centers, all right? And they're chipping people, Until then, it ain't going to be no World War III. All right? Ain't going to be no World War III. Right, because this is the war that in all wars. So we need the chip to happen. We understand this. We need the RFID chip, the mark of the beast, to happen. We need this to happen. So let's go to Revelation 13. All right, and if you're an Israelite, you're not supposed to receive the mark, and the mark there is Karagma in the Greek, an incision in your flesh. It's going to be a device that is, they're going to put, inserting you, all right, by a syringe, that's going to be able to track you, or have your medical information on there, who you are, or your social credit, things, and other things, able to unlock your house, your car, or gain access to the supermarket with this chip. All right, but as Israelites, or as the sons of the living power, we're commanded not to receive that mark. But this has to happen. All right, if the dollar's there, and we still using the petrol dollar, and I'm not saying get lackadaisical or settle on your lead. So I don't fucking know. I'm not saying that. All right, but the RFID chip has to be implemented. It has to be made mandatory and forced upon the people, a life or death situation. That's the hour of temptation. You know, so Revelations 13, we go straight to the point. And 9, if no, not 9. It's 16. So like it. And he causes all, both small and great, rich or poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, the charagma, in their right hand or in their foreheads. You know? So he calls it all. It doesn't matter your status, who you are. Alright, you can be great, small, rich or free or bond. That's the hour of temptation. Everybody's going to be tested in that day. Alright, and the Lord said, if you have kept the word of my patience, I will keep thee from the hour of temptation. So the Lord's going to keep the elect from receiving the charagma. Alright? Alright, there's nothing that the elect, is strong to keep themselves. It's Yahweh Shem Hashai is going to keep them from defiling themselves. And let's go into that mark. Because you got people that still fucking playing around and think this is a game. We had this nigga, what's that bitch ass nigga named Ephraim? Asking if the nations are not agreeing, how are they gonna bring a chip? Nigga, all the nations, even if they're fighting, at the end of the day, they all don't want you to get the truth. They don't want you to rule. That's one common thing that they have together, an alliance, an agreement, is that they don't want you to fucking rule. They don't want you to be at your peak. You dumbass nigga. Alright, the beast system, NATO and the EU, are starting with the whore that ride the beast. She's gonna be what? The head, alright, of pushing this RFID chip, the mark of the beast. All the other nations are with it, man. That's why they're moving into a digital system, nigga. If you don't know, that's why they're moving to a digital system. Alright, that's the prelude to the mark, man. Alright, but because you have no faith, alright, you're not in the spirit of prophecy, you just bug the fuck out. But the Lord is in control. Did you not read Daniel? That the Heavenly Father ruleth in the kingdom of a man? 4:17. The Lord is in control of good and evil, light and darkness. The Lord is in control, nigga. All of them are down with NWO, man. It's just that the Lord gonna put a spirit upon them, spirit upon them. They're gonna press the button because America is gonna do some slimy shit, and the nation's gonna be angry at them, man. All right, as the scriptures say, man. It's very simple, but you niggas are not in the spirit. All right. Use that same, you just popped up. There's a moment we ain't see your bitch ass, man. All right, mark. All right, it's a stamp, imprinted mark. All right, stamp on the foreheads or on the right hand on the badge of the fathers and anti-Mashiach. So we receive this mark. You are anti-Mashiach. Mark branded upon horses. If you have this, you're basically saying that you are property of Esau, Edom. Carwood sculpture, given work of adulterous images. Let's go into Karops. A pile or stake, a palisade. Palisade, man. Alright. That's why you go into, that's why you say this is a digital ool. You go into the law. All right, if a servant wanted, a servant wanted to be a servant forever, all right, you bring him to the doorpost and put a hole, all right, in his ear, and he'll be a servant forever. So Esau in his mindset think that if you put a stamp in your charagma, the mark of the beast in you, then you'll be a slave forever, and it's not gonna work like that. But niggas that do receive the mark are gonna be put to death. There's no end of what's behind it. All right, 17. That no man might buy or sell save he that have the mark or the name of the beast and the number of his name. So you're not going to be able to function in this man's society. You're not going to be able to buy food. All right, you're not going to be able to access certain places like a gym, your house, your car. Or if you don't have this RFID chip. All right, but you are commanded as the children of the Most High to not receive this mark. All right, fuck the mark because it's the mark of the beast. All right, not the mark that we want. The wad, the mark of exemption, or the mark of the beast. Here is wisdom, let him that have understanding count the number of the beast. For it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. All right. All right, is the number of a man, the elites. All right, the elites who the earth was given to the hands of the wicked. All right, on top top banking families of Esau, Edom. All right. Now let's get a judgment. You should get the judgment because he's telling you, all right, that you should not take that as Israelites. Through this terror of the Most High, be persuaded, man. So let's go to Revelation 14. I'm not in it there. Let's go straight to the point. All right, Revelation 14. And 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the image or receive his mark, so you receive it in the way that you worship, or call allegiance to is receiving his mark. That's how you sign your alliance or allegiance to the beast system. Or you ain't gonna just say, oh, I believe in the beast system. No, you're gonna have to take this Quran with this mark. Third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, all right, either your forehead or your hands, it doesn't matter, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without measure into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. All right, so you're going to be judged with intercontinental ballistic missile fire and concentration heat from the mouth of the chariots. All right, and the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest, they nor night who worship the beast, all right, in his image, and whoso received the mark of his name. So it's judgment for receiving this mark. You're going to be put to death, a horrible death. You shall learn death by pain, the scriptures say. So let's read in the NLT. Then the third angel followed them with shouting, anyone who worshiped the beast and his statue, or who accept the mark on the forehead, on the hand, all right, must drink the wine of God of anger, and has been poured full strength unto God's cup of wrath, and they will be tormented with sulfur, all right, the brimstone, and the presence of the holy angels and the Lamb. And the Lamb is Yahweh Shai. All right, the smoke of their torment will rise forever, for a period of time, and never, and they will have no relief, day nor night, for they have worshipped the beast and his statue, and have received the mark of his name. So it's judgment for that. All right, you're gonna die horrible death. All right, by those nukes, where your eyeballs is gonna burn, his eye socket, your tongue is gonna burn, in the mouth. All right, and the Lord's gonna keep your spirit where you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel this judgment. So, I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rakakwadash, and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutation to all the archangels, especially in the truth, all kind of waking leg, Shalom.